Alrighty, we are going to continue our conversation today about theme and about plot, okay? Now, I did ask you to have it ready yesterday, but then we didn't get to it. So I'm going to ask you to get it today. I need you to get your notebooks, okay? I asked you to have those ready this week. We're going to take some notes today. I want you to go ahead and grab those notes, please. If you don't have your notebook, grab a blank piece of paper that you can write it down on. So go get your notes. I will pause to give you some time to go find that. Quick, quick, quick. Alrighty, so we've got plot and theme, okay? We're gonna take notes on plot and theme. I promise they are very brief, very short, okay? For plot, go ahead and write that word. I'm gonna make it take up 2 lines so that I can clearly tell the difference between the sections in my notes. Plot. I'll take some notes on plot. Plot is a weird looking word. The more you look at it, the weirder it looks. Plot. Okay. We're going to draw that diagram that you guys have seen, that kind of mountain or hill type look. Okay. So for plot, underneath that word, I want you to go ahead and write the hill or the mountain, either way you want to look at it, and make it take up a pretty large section. So mine takes up about maybe down to the 1/3 line of my notebook. Okay, so I've got my hill or my mountain. Okay, we're gonna label this hill or this mountain here with the parts of our story or of our text. And at the beginning, we've got the introduction. We can write that short for intro. Okay, at the beginning, we've got the intro, okay? Y'all know the word intro. Video games usually have a cartoon intro telling you about the story. The Marvel movies have an intro showing the comics. It's how you know something is going to start, okay? So we've got the introductions, intro. Okay, so we're just drawing that mountain right now. We're gonna label our parts, okay? Yes, Levin.
At the end, wouldn't it be called an outro?
Yes, if we were going with that theme, it would. An outro is typically what we call maybe music that accompanies the ending of something. It's the outro music. That is correct. All right, intro. Up top here, we've got the problem. Okay, we've got the problem at the very top. We start with the intro. We've got the problem. And you guys know the reason that the problem is at the top is because that's when we feel the most tension in the story. That's when it gets good. That's when it's interesting. We're kind of up top and we can see everything that's going on and we can kind of try to plan how we want it to go. But right now, we don't really know. So we got the intro, we've got the problem. Okay. Finally, over here at the end, we've got the solution. And we say solution rather than happy ending because we know that not all stories, not all texts end happily, right? Think about the ant and the grasshopper text. The grasshopper had to go back into the cold with no food. We know he probably didn't survive. That is not a happy ending, okay? One common mistake is a lot of people think that stories end happily ever after. That is not always true. So we call it the solution. Solutions can be happy. Solutions can be negative. A lot of times solutions can be uncomfortable. Like maybe you've read a book or you've seen a movie and you don't like the way that it ended. Okay, so solutions are just the ending. They're not necessarily always happy. They have a different way to close the story, okay? So we've got the intro, we've got the problem, we've got the solution. Inside of your hill or your mountain, we're gonna write a short phrase, okay? We're gonna write that the plot is the events of a text. And that's all of the plot notes. We'll move on to theme next. So the plot is the events of a text, okay? We kind of feel all of the things that are happening from the beginning or the intro to the end or the solution, okay? So our plot is the events of a text. It's what happens in the text. You guys have done very well retelling the most important events of a text. Our plot is kind of like when you read the back of a book or when you watch the trailer to a movie. You learn about what's going on, but you don't get every single detail. It's just kind of the most important stuff that you need to know, okay? So that's what's important for us to understand about plot. It's not just rereading the story or saying absolutely everything that happened. It's just what's most important. What are the things that we need to know? All right. So that's it for plot. Pretty simple, pretty sweet. All right, Steve Rogers, we're going to move on to theme now. Okay, so let's get ready for theme. I'm going to move down in my notebook. There we go. We're going to take a look at theme. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make the word theme take up about 2 lines in my notebook so that I can see it is a different section of notes than the top plot. Theme. And again, this is short and sweet. Okay. For theme, we're going to write the first part of our notes in capital letters, okay? Theme is, I want you to write the with all capital letters. The, all capital letters. And then we're going to write message, and the M and the E are going to be capitalized. See what I did there? Look, theme, the message. We're going to finish it. So theme is the message. We're going to switch down to lowercase letters. That's an easy way for you to remember that theme is the message that the author wants you to learn about life. Okay, so theme is the message. Okay. Theme is the message. One more thing to write about theme, and then we're done. So theme is the message. And when we try, oh, sorry, my camera's tipping. And when we try to figure out the theme, we are trying to figure out the answer to this question. What does the author want me to learn about life? What lesson can I learn about life? What lesson can I learn about life? Okay. As we talked yesterday, we read The Ant and the Grasshopper, and we learned that hard work helps us stay prepared. Justin had a theme that kind of stuck in my head. He said, be prepared so that you don't struggle. Okay, so when we know what's coming and we take time to get ready, we're not going to struggle as much because we're prepared. What we want to be careful of is not just saying something from the text. So the theme is not, grasshopper should have worked hard, because that's not about life. I don't know about you, but I don't find myself to be a grasshopper. Okay, so I'm not going to say that my lesson is about a grasshopper, All right. I'm not a grasshopper. I don't have a pet grasshopper. To be honest with you, unless I see one, I don't really think about grasshoppers much. So we want our theme to be a message or a lesson that can help us in our life. Okay. And that is all of the notes that we're going to take. I'll give you a few more seconds to copy those down. As you're doing that, I'm going to take a picture of them and upload them to Seesaw so that in case you are at a different location one day, or in case you did not finish, you will have consistent access to them. Okay. So I'm going to get these uploaded here to Seesaw. And once it is uploaded, we will move on. Seesaw class. Add student work. It's going to be a picture. There it is. It's going to be that picture. We're going to turn it. We're going to click the check. We're going to send it to all of you. And we're going to put it in the ELA folder. And processing, processing, processing. It's taking a long time. All right. Item uploaded, green check. There we go. Okay. It is inside of your folder. So if you did not finish, that's okay. You can go back during your work time and complete those notes. Okay. All right, friends, let's move on. We know what plot is. We know what theme is. Okay. Another way to remember theme is to think about perhaps the theme of a party. You guys have been to a birthday party or you've seen decorations for parties in stores and you're able to look at it and go, oh, that's a Daniel the Tiger party. How do I know? Because there's a tiger and he wears a red sweater. Just kidding. I know y'all don't mess with Daniel the Tiger. I do because I have a 1-year-old, but that's okay. So Daniel the Tiger, we're able to see the theme because of the details. We do the same thing in a story, okay? We look at the details of what is happening and we say, what is this teaching me? What is this about in our own lives that we can apply it, okay? Inside of your guys' Seesaw assignment, you have slides 1, 2, and 3. These can also serve as great notes, okay? Also, you have the videos that we've watched from Vocabulary about plot and a video about theme if you'd like to watch those during your independent time, okay? For right now, I'm going to ask that we get ready to open up our work slides. So go ahead and go to Seesaw for me, please. Click on that activities light bulb to refresh your feed. And you will see an assignment right up top called Retelling a Fable and Recognizing the Theme. Retelling a Fable and Recognizing the Theme. We're going to take a look at 3 short fables today. Fables are typically less than 5 minutes long and involve animal characters. You guys have read 2 of them already. The Ant and the Grasshopper, the Crow and the Pitcher, or the Crow and the Ant. The Crow, the Dove and the Ant. Sorry, the Dove and the Ant. Today we're going to read the Crow and the Pitcher. We're going to do one of these together. You're going to do one in a breakout room with a partner, and then you'll have some independent work today that I'm going to collect for a grade, okay? We've been working on plot and theme for a few days. You guys rocked it yesterday, so I want to give you an opportunity to get a great grade today, okay? So go ahead, please, and click on that add response if you have not already done so. That will take you to slide 1, which shows our review notes, okay? We know that theme can be figured out by looking at the problem in the story, what the characters learned, and how the characters grew, okay? This little piece right here is new to you. This might be something that you've seen in the past. It's pretty popular, but we haven't used it yet. The last few days, when we retold a story, you had a list of questions from me on a chart. Who are the main characters? What is the problem? What went wrong? How did they fix it? How did the story end? Okay. This is an easier way to help you remember. It's called, I'm goofy and I say subist, but that doesn't work. Somebody wanted, but so then. Okay? This is a strategy for you to retell a story that you can remember pretty easily. Somebody is the characters. What did they want? That's kind of that climbing up that mountain. But it didn't happen. So somebody, ant and grasshopper, grasshopper wanted to play, but it was now winter and he was going to die. Then we go to so he went to Ant's house to ask for help. Then Ant told him he couldn't help. So somebody wanted, but so then. It's a way to retell that story. Okay. 11.
See, the grasshopper did survive the winter.
I hope he did.
Because the next summer he didn't let that happen again. He learned his lesson.
You think he learned his lesson the hard way. I hope you are right, Levin. I really do. I don't want that poor little grasshopper to die. All right. This is a quick review of how we can apply somebody wanted, but so then to stories. Who is the main character? Fred. Fred wants a new phone, but he doesn't have enough money. So, Fred washes cars to make money. Then, Fred earned enough money cutting grass to buy a new phone. Put it all together. And here we have. Fred wanted a new cell phone, but he didn't have enough money. So he decided he would wash cars to earn the money. He charged $50 a car. It was so expensive that no one wanted their car wash. Then he started cutting grass for $10. Ah, that's where that difference came in. He saved up his money. He earned and bought a new cell phone. Somebody was Fred. He wanted a new phone, but he didn't have enough money. So he did jobs. Then he bought the phone. All right. I just wanted to hear the rest of that song. Okay, so we're going to use this today. Somebody wanted, but so then. Okay. The first text that we're going to listen to is the crow and the pitcher. We're going to listen to this fable, and as you listen, I want you to think about the plot. Who's the somebody? What do they want? But what's the problem? So how do they fix it? Then what goes on at the end? Okay. You're going to think about the plot, and then we're going to graph this together on our organizer. Okay. So here is the crow and the pitcher.
The Crow and the Pitcher. A retelling of Aesop's Fable by Eric Blair. Illustrated by Diane Silverman. There was once a thirsty crow. She had flown a long way looking for water. The thirsty crow saw a pitcher of water and flew down to drink. The pitcher had only a little water left at the bottom. The crow put her beak into the pitcher. The water was so low she couldn't reach it. But I must have water to drink. I can't fly any farther, thought the crow. I know. I'll tip the pitcher over, she thought. The thirsty crow beat the pitcher with her wings, but she wasn't strong enough to tip it. Maybe I can break the pitcher. Then the water will flow, thought the crow. She backed away to get a flying start. With all her might, the thirsty crow flew at the pitcher. She struck it with her pointed beak and claws. But the tired crow wasn't strong enough to break the pitcher. Just as she was about to give up, the crow had another idea. She dropped a pebble into the pitcher. The water rose a little. She dropped another and another. With each pebble, the water level rose more. Soon the water reached the brim. The crow drank until she was no longer thirsty. The crow was pleased with herself. By refusing to give up, she had solved her difficult problem.
All right. So we have learned our text. I want you to think about the plot. What happened inside of this text? We're going to figure that out together on slide 3. Go hop to slide 3, please. All right, we can see that this has been outlined for us. Somebody wanted, but so then. Okay, we're going to start with the somebody. Who are the characters and where might they be? Who was the character inside of this text? Tim, who was the character?
Well,
The crow. So let's go ahead and write that down. Somebody, our somebody inside of this text was the crow was the character. Okay, we've got a
Can you put it in
complete
the chat too?
sentence. We've got a complete sentence that we are writing in. Why? Because we're third graders and because we need to include details. If you just say the crow, I don't know if you're telling me about the crow in your backyard or if you're telling me that there was a crow in a character of a text. Okay, so complete sentences. Maybe I can. There we go. Okay. The crow was the character. Wanted. What did the character want or need? So we know it's the crow. What did the crow want or need? Okay. Justin, what did the crow want or need?
He wanted the water.
Beautiful. The crow wanted water. Very simple. Very simple. And again, when we're doing retellings, we don't have to include every single detail. I don't have to say the crow wanted water because she was so thirsty that she thought she was going to die. Nope, she just wanted water. It's very simple. Okay, very simple. The crow wanted water. Oh goodness, ignore what I just put in the chat. I think I combined two together. The crow wanted water. There we go. We'll see who's paying attention. But what went wrong? Now think back to when the crow first wanted the water. What was the problem? Q, what went wrong?
Well, first of it, she didn't know what to do to get the water. She tried about everything until she did the pebbles.
Good. So at the beginning, she didn't know how to get the water. She didn't know how to get the water because her beak was not long enough to reach the water. Okay. And that's why she had to do all those crazy things that we saw in the text. She had to try to break the pitcher. She had to try to tip it over, okay? Because her beak was not long enough to reach the water. That's why, okay? So somebody, the crow, wanted water, but her beak was not long enough to reach the water. So how did the character solve the problem? Levin, how did she solve this?
So she put pebbles in there. But I have something to say. If she broke it, and she was like in the desert or something, the soil would have soaked it up.
You're right. So maybe it's a good thing that she didn't break that jar. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how's she going to drink it if it's all over the floor? But then I thought, well, she's an animal, so maybe she's got a strategy. I think you're right. Now, notice that the so is only about the solution, okay? The character, we're going to focus on the one that worked. Just like you saw, there might be more than one solution. There might be more than one try. We're going to focus on the one that worked, that actually changed the story, okay? Somebody, the crow, wanted water, but her beak was not long enough to reach the water. So she put pebbles in the pitcher to raise the water. Then what happened after she got those pebbles in the water? What happened? William?
She raised the water and she drank until she wasn't thirsty. So she wasn't thirsty anymore.
She drank until she wasn't thirsty. What a great detail from the text to include. She drank until she wasn't thirsty. Okay? So this is a way that we can retell the text. We can look at what somebody is in the text. What did they want? But what happened? Then how did they solve it? Or so how did they solve it? Then what was the ending? Okay? Somebody wanted, but so then. Okay? Now, let's think about these events in the text. And we're going to think about the theme. What was the problem in the story? Okay, she wanted water. She couldn't reach it. How did the characters learn? She tried a lot of things that didn't work. How did the characters grow? She kept trying. She didn't say, oh, well, no water for me. She kept going. Therefore, what does the author want us to learn? What could we learn about life from this crow? Terrence, what can we learn? What could be a theme here?
So what the author wants us to learn is they want us to learn never stop trying, keep trying, no matter what happens.
Nice. Never stop trying. Even if what?
If it means a whole day.
Yeah. The crow took a long time. Even if it takes a long time, don't give up. That's a wonderful theme. We could write that down. William, did you think of a different theme? Because we know from yesterday there can be more than one theme.
To keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. There you go. Has the similar meaning to our theme that Terrence gave us. But yeah, keep on trucking. Keep it moving, people. Keep it going. Great. Aiden G, a theme idea.
To keep on trying no matter what, even if it's hard and it takes you forever.
Nice. Keep on trying even when it's hard. Keep on trying even if it takes a long time. Keep on trucking, says William. Leah, theme idea.
Always remember to don't work harder, work smarter.
Ooh, don't work harder, work smarter. There we go. I say that to you guys all the time, right? She was doing all this hard work. She was pushing the pitcher. She was trying to break the pitcher with her face. And she was like, this is hard. Let me think about how I can move the water. And then that's what worked for her. So any of those themes would be great. I want you guys to remember there can be more than one theme. As long as you can support it with details from the text, you're okay. So therefore, I think the author wanted me to learn, I'm going to write down one. If you want to write down a different one that you heard, that's fine. I think the author wanted me to learn to keep trying and never give up until I figure it out. Keep trying and never give up until I figure it out. The first way I try to figure it out might not work, but I'm not going to give up. Okay? Keep trying and never give up until I figure it out. All right? I'll put that in the chat in case you want to copy that one. Oops. I think I put it down there twice.
Capital letter.
There is a capital letter. Look, I was going to bring that up. It's right here. I think the author wanted me to learn ... and then I'm finishing the sentence. To keep trying and never give up until I figure it out. This one had the beginning of the sentence for me. Good call on me, though. Great editing. Okay. Somebody wanted, but so then. Okay. Somebody wanted, but so then. You are getting ready to complete this exact chart with a partner, but about a different text. Okay. I'm going to play this text for you so that we all hear it at the same time. And then you're going to complete slide 5 with your partner. Okay. So let me go ahead and click on the video here. We are going to listen to The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Again, as you're listening, what is the plot? How does it start? What's the problem? How does it get solved? Okay, this might be familiar to you. And then you're going to also be thinking, what can you learn? Okay, here is the text that you're going to deconstruct with your partners.
The Boy Who Cried Wolf, a retelling of Aesop's Fable by Eric Blair, illustrated by Diane Silverman. Once upon a time, there was a young shepherd boy. Every morning, the boy took his father's sheep to graze on a mountain pasture outside the village. All day he stayed in the lonely pasture with the sheep. One day, the boy was bored. He decided to play a joke on the villagers. He ran to the village and cried, "Wolf! Help! There is a wolf attacking my sheep!" The kind villagers left their work and came running to chase the wolf away. But it was a trick. The sheep were grazing peacefully. There was no wolf. The boy laughed. How easily he had fooled them! The boy played the same trick again and again. Each time, the villagers came running. Each time, there was no wolf. One day, wolves really did attack the boy's sheep. The frightened boy ran to the village and screamed, "Help! Wolves are attacking my sheep!" But no one listened to the boy. No one came to help. The villagers didn't believe the boy, and the wolves ate his sheep. Because the boy had lied so many times, nobody believed him, even when he was telling the truth.
All right, that is your text. Go ahead and hop to slide 5. You are going to work with your partner today to retell this fable using somebody wanted, but so then. Okay, what did somebody want? But what went wrong? So what did they try? Then how did it end? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay, what you did not complete with your partner is now independent work. Here's a theme for you. It pays to work hard. Okay, so what you did not complete with your partner needs to be completed independently. Then you have your assigned independent work. Your assigned independent work is on slide 6 and 7. On slide 6, you will find again your reminders and your directions for this story, the country mouse and the city mouse. On slide 7, you have that chart again that you are going to fill out along with the theme for the country mouse and the city mouse. Okay? So finish what you didn't finish with your partner. Then do your independent work on slide 6 and 7. On slide 8, you have your success criteria. I'm going to remind you that first, there is a step 1. Second, there is a step 2. And look at this nice microphone that we put right there to remind you. Okay? I have a question for you. Justin, what happens? What's Miss Sousa going to do if you don't do the voice recording? What is she going to do to work?
Send it back.
Send it back or
Yes, Justin. I send it back to you. That is correct. So follow directions. Okay. I will accept your work when it is finished. I will not accept your work if it is missing. Okay. All right, kiddos. That is your task for today.